We're back with another episode.
Welcome back to another episode of The Face Off with Fleming and Fowler. Don't forget to hit the download button and subscribe to our podcast where podcasts are available.
Welcome back, everybody, ladies and gents.
Oh, yeah, boys and girls.
Yeah.
Welcome back to another episode. Today, we're going to be talking about some really incredible stuff.
Some really fascinating things.
Absolutely. Some stuff that's going to be very fun. We got to talk about it just because we are a responsible podcast here at The Face Off.
I'm tired of being a responsible podcast.
I am too. It's like this is our 7th episode. Actually, no, it's actually like our 10th or 11th because we still have some other episodes that we have not released yet that we will be releasing. I just got to finish editing them. But anyway, yeah. So we're going to be talking about stuff. Hopefully this is the last of what we'll be talking about.
I'm never talking about politics ever
Oh,
again.
God. I'm so sick of talking about everything dealing with politics. It's so annoying. So anyway, how was your week this week?
My week was good.
Yeah. What'd you do?
I went to work. Maybe you're familiar. Friday was off. I went to a wedding. Congratulations, Eilish and Dylan. I went to grad school with her.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Woo.
I guess people get married now. It's a thing that they're doing.
Yeah, marriage is a beautiful thing.
It is, but like it's scary for me. I feel like people,
Why?
my friend, like you know how you have like the outer circle starts to get married and buy houses and shit, but now it's like slowly inching into an inner circle situation, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's kind of funny because I feel like my inner circle from like back in the day, the people that I went to high school with, and they all got married and started having kids pretty young, like in their 20s anyway. So I'm kind of like the late ball to the party.
I feel like you're just on time.
I definitely feel like I'm late to the party. My desire was to be married with kids at least by 27.
27?
Yeah.
Holy shit. No.
Yeah. Because I wanted to be a young mom. Like,
I have a young mom. It's overrated. Don't do it.
but your mom was also what? How old was she when she had you?
21.
That's way too young. That's
Girl, that's why I still eat. All I eat is pizza rolls and cookie dough.
well. See, by 27, I had 2 degrees and I was in school for my doctorate.
Damn.
So I mean, now I wouldn't have wanted to have a baby while I was in school for my doctorate. That's no. Yeah. But
no, my mom took me to college with her.
Oh, that's
cute. Because I was premature, so she was just like,
oh, sorry.
Yeah.
One of my classmates did that. Shout out to my classmate, my Kira and Tyree. They were in PT school with me, and even in undergrad, we had classes together as well. We all graduated together. Well, they graduated after me for undergrad, but then we all went to PT school together. Anyway, they had baby Kira, and she was pretty much like our class mascot, we called her. And so she used to bring her to class all the time. So all the teachers loved her, and you know, so it was great. I always like when kids came to class, especially when they disrupted the class. That was even more fun because then they're like, all right, let's go ahead and end early. Yes, thank you, little baby, whoever you are.
Yeah, like I think when I was in 5th grade, I was like, oh yeah, by the time I'm 25, surely. Yeah. But now that I'm an adult, I'm like, maybe by 32. Who knows?
Oh yeah, because you're 26. Yeah.
I'm 20. I'm a solid 26, you know.
I think now that I'm 36, I'm definitely taking my uterus very seriously.
You should. I'm not. I'm still playing around. I told someone was like, yeah, I think they're trying to have kids. And I was like, that's funny because I'm actively trying not to have children every single day. It's a choice that I make and I'm making it.
Yeah, see, I'm definitely like, you know, every time I go to the gynecologist, they're like, so you're moving closer and closer to a geriatric uterus. What are you doing? And I'm like, listen, if you know I'm a husband, then tell me so we can come on and get going. And,
that's why now all my patients, I'm like, listen, you won't be my patient for long. Okay.
If you are my patient, you cannot be my husband because clearly you have a deficit and there's something wrong with you.
That's perfect. That is perfect.
Okay, Anna Nicole. Definitely don't want that. No.
Not yet. But yeah, the wedding was good. I haven't been to a wedding in a hot minute.
Yeah.
Everyone wore masks. It was like I was going to say half staff. Half
attendance.
Half attendance.
Yeah.
It was nice. It was Catholic, but the mass was like very in and out, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
No liquor, which wasn't great for me, but I can understand.
Why didn't they have liquor there?
Why didn't they?
Yeah.
I think it's less expensive and then less issues.
Well, yeah, too, because if you're drunk, you're not gonna put a mask on, so that's probably why.
Yeah, or like I don't know, throw up or punch someone or strip.
Just get all crazy. There's no need for that. We're in a pandemic.
I'm all for a mess. So,
are you usually the mess at the weddings?
100%. Oh, I'm kidding. No, I'm a great wedding guest. Everyone invite me to their weddings. Don't put me on a mic, but let me come.
So you're that person that makes the crazy speeches.
I'm like, hey. Remember that guy you fucked sophomore year of college? He was nothing compared to your husband. Congratulations to the bride and groom. Cheers, everybody.
Me to never invite you to my wedding.
No, I'm fun, I swear. You want me at your wedding.
Listen, I'm not probably even having like a big ceremony. I'm gonna do like what Solange did. Nice little simple. Your mama, my mom, your parents, maybe my nephew, depending on, he can come with the ring down the aisle. That's it. You got a best man and a maid of honor. That's it. And we going on a vacation for 3 weeks.
That's what so in my head, I've always been like, I want on a beach. Don't care which one. I'll tell people when and where. They can just come. It's going to be a party for a week. It's going to be great. I like the idea of everyone getting kind of something out of it, right? Like a trip or a vacation or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking like, I don't know who the fuck I'm going to marry. What if they have a huge family and their family's old as shit? And then I feel bad and we have to have a wedding here.
Listen, you better do a Zoom wedding. Because listen, I'm not spending all that money. Like, let me tell you something.
Dude.
Waka Flocka Flame, he said the most.
Dr. Flame?
Waka Flocka Flame said the most like sensible, like common sense thing ever. He was like, I am not spending hundreds of thousands of dollars or even thousands of dollars to pay for people to watch me and my spouse kiss. That's literally what you're doing.
That's what you're doing.
That's literally what you're doing. Now, granted, people are basking in your love. Oh, who cares? But I want to take that money and just go on like a 3-week vacation, just fucking all around the world.
There's no way my family will let me do that.
What do you mean your family won't let you?
Like my family will not let me just like elope or go off and have like, if I had like a significant wedding, like a what do they call it? A destination wedding. That would be cool. Mm-hmm. But if I was just like, we're going to elope and we'll come back and have dinner or something, they'd be like, fuck no.
Well, you don't tell people you elope. You come back and you're married.
I just don't want to deal with that drama.
Just be like, well, I'm sorry, Mom. Can't do it.
Oh, that would all, no.
Yeah, I think now that because my father has passed, I no longer have the desire to like be walked down the aisle because like my sister got married 2016 to my brother-in-law. Great, beautiful wedding. And my mom walked her down the aisle, and I was just like, it just seemed so sad.
You're just like, eh.
Like I stood there at the altar, just like seeing her come down the aisle, and I was just like, yeah, it's supposed to be my dad. That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I just want to party.
Yeah,
that's all I want. And I don't know.
Yeah, see, I just want to secure this 401k and these IRAs, these MPIs, and call it a day.
One of the girls at the wedding, my friend Elise, who is Asian, told me that at Asian weddings, everyone brings like $100 per guest. So it's like the wedding pays for itself. So I will now be having an Asian wedding.
Well, you know what? Nigerian people do the same thing. Nigerian weddings, they will literally throw money at the bride while they're dancing or pin it to their gown and all that kind of stuff. So even like a lot of, I don't think it's just specific to Nigerian. I think it's a lot of African weddings. They do that as well too. Like they will welcome in the bride and they will throw money at them. I think Indian weddings do the same thing.
It's just not white people.
No, or black people.
Black people, yeah. Americans
do not even bring a gift. They're just like, congratulations, chicken or fish.
No, and I feel like no matter what kind of wedding you have, like someone will always complain about it. They'll complain about the food, the music, absolutely. Who's there, the seating, the cake, something.
Yeah.
I also feel like you like a couple $1,000 difference, you can't tell, but like unless you jump $10,000 difference. Like there's not really a difference between like a $10,000 and $15,000 wedding. But there you can see a difference between like a $20,000 and a $45,000 wedding.
Exactly. Definitely.
That's just so much money.
That's a lot of money.
I would spend it if I had it. I don't have it.
I just don't. Here's the thing. I don't like people. I love you. I love you from afar, but I don't like people. And so, and I don't like to, I mean, I'm okay with getting dressed up, but if I'm hot and I start sweating, I'm not gonna do all that.
My thing is my immediate family is 25 people. So no matter,
so large,
so huge.
Well, I'm saying that like I don't have a huge family. My grandmother had 11 kids. So
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
We're
so like,
huge.
Even just immediate family, that's already a big freaking thing.
Yeah. There's just a lot of people I don't want at my wedding. And I just want to keep it nice and simple. Like, justice of the peace. We're gone for 3 weeks, and that's it.
No, I just need an open bar.
Well, you can do that at your house.
I don't want people in my house.
I'm just saying, no, you and your husband can just be at the house drinking.
Oh, you're right. You're not wrong. So yeah, I went to a wedding. It was good. Saw some old friends. Made some new ones. COVID is a perfect time if you wanted to elope or have a small wedding. Like this
Very
was
true.
it for you. Sorry if you missed out.
Yeah. I mean, we're still in the pandemic, so I still got time.
I think we'll be in it for 2 years. So let me know.
I'm speaking it to my husband. Come on, so we can have this COVID wedding, nice and simple, and that'll be the excuse, so we don't have to have a big wedding.
How was your week?
My week was pretty good. I was not in COVID except for one day, and I was not notified, so I had no time to mentally prepare for being in COVID because I thought I had a break.
It's that for me. You have to, whatever, this job is physically taxing.
But it's emotionally taxing.
And it's emotionally taxing. And you have to emotionally, mentally prepare yourself for the work you're doing.
You do. And I came in and I literally picked up my schedule off the clipboard and I was like, why the fuck am I in COVID? I was like instantly pissed off. I was like, you work at work. I was like, I'm in CVICU. I'm in CVICU. And I looked back at the paper. It was like, what the fuck? Who did I piss off this week? And it was on Tuesday. And I looked at my coworker because they had a half day, and I was just like, I hate you immensely. I hate you. He was like, oh, I forgot to tell you. Oh, did you forget to tell me that you were going to have day? Fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, dude. It's just like, it doesn't even necessarily mean that you don't want to be either place or whatever. But like, if you mentally prepare to be in one place.
No, I genuinely did not want to be in.
I'm sure you didn't. I'm honestly sure you didn't. But like, if you mentally prepare to be one place and have a certain kind of day and a certain kind of patient load, and it switches on you, you're just like, are you?
Well, because the thing is too, I had nothing in my bag for you people in COVID, which means I had no like encouragement, no words of affirmation. I had no gas in my tank because that was the week for me to get filled up with all the wonderful, beautiful people in CVICU and the post-surgical people, right? So they can fill me up with all the wonderful love and stories and attributes, and they could just do stuff on their own. And then topped it off, I had just bought a brand new pair of shoes, which are like super bright orange. I'm not trying to get my shoes messed up. Now, granted, my shoes were only $30. That's not the point. Point being, as my daddy would say, I didn't want to mess up my new kicks.
Yeah.
And my shoes always that's why I wear raggedy shoes that have holes in them when I go to COVID. So I was not physically
so that
prepared.
The shit can then enter your foot.
Exactly. So if people pee or poop on my foot, it doesn't matter because it's a raggedy ass shoe. Yeah. But this one had like, fabric on the top and all that. And they were just really bright, cute shoes. So thankfully they did not get messed up. So I had a chance to come home and Scotch guard them. But other than that, this week was pretty wonderful. I had a really amazing patients. And it was just nice to not be in COVID this week. It was really nice to not be in COVID. So, I was just a bum most of the week. Procrastinated.
Bum.
But that's about it.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into it.
Let's dive in, as Trey Songz would say. Let me guess.
I'm about to dive in. Oh no, he sounds like a goat.
Oh, I'm about to dive in. Whoa.
Yeah. Because he sounds like a goddamn goat. I fucking hate that dude's voice. Anyway. So this
you hate Trey Songz' voice?
I fucking hate his voice. He cannot
That is
sing.
a fake. We're standing on a hill.
What?
Face off. You hate Trey Songz' voice?
Trey Songz sounds like a goat.
I'm pissed. Are you kidding me?
This is how I know you have an untrained ear.
I'm so upset.
Okay, let me ask you this question.
Tremaine,
Tremaine sounds a hot ass mess. I would rather listen to August Alsina all day than listen to Trey Songz.
August Alsina
can actually sing better than Trey Songz.
Dude,
Trey
the
Songz
catalog, I'm not even gonna. Are you freaking kidding me? Foreign.
Here's the thing. I don't deny he has great songs. He has great songs, but he sounds like a fucking goat.
He's a bot master. He doesn't sound like a goat. I've never been like Trey Songz goat.
His vibrato. You've never listened to his vibrato.
I'm so upset we're having this conversation.
Oh my God.
I never thought we didn't like this.
No, I do not like Trey Songz. He sounds a fucking mess.
Neighbors Know My Name? Come on.
I didn't say the song. The songs are great.
Trey Songz was my sexual awakening. The whole album.
I'm sorry. Have you ever heard of Tank?
Okay, I'm not 50.
And first, you disrespectful ass. Listen, if you want to have a sexual awakening, you better listen to Tank. Let me tell you something. Sometimes I'm on the road going to work, and like any Tank song, I don't give a damn what it is. It'd be just like, Tank, I'm not trying to fuck my patients. Like, can you just not? I just literally have to turn him off. Like Tank's music will make you call an ex, and you'll be like, damn, I'm in trouble. No.
Have you seen Trey Songz in a bottom grill?
Nothing about that bird. That bird. He does look like a bird.
He does look like a bird. Stop talking shit.
Listen, nothing about him like turns me on. The voice, the nothing
His
about
Audi
him.
belly button doesn't do it for you. He's got an Audi.
Ma'am, I'm almost 300 pounds. There's nothing sexy about a man who looks like I will break him in half. Nope.
Damn.
Not at all.
right. Well, I don't know how we're gonna recover.
So we
but Joe Biden won the fucking election.
Woohoo! Joe Biden! Yes! Woohoo! Joe Biden!
You were worried. They had you in there.
Yo, I had so much anxiety with this election, and I don't think I've ever had this much anxiety with a presidential election like this one. I think this was one of the most important elections, and at least like when Obama won, or even let's go back. When Clinton won, it was very clear. The American people were like, fuck ever, whoever else you voted against. I think he was going against Bush at the time. The first Bush, the daddy Bush.
H.
And then
Is he an H? I think so.
yeah. And then Bush went against like Al Gore and blah, blah, blah. So it was very clear.
I love me some W.
I love him now. I didn't love him when he was a president, but he's been so much more transparent and relatable when he's as post presidency.
His daddy's off his back.
Very true, but I think what made him a little softer or made him appear softer was his relationship with the Obamas. Like him and just even like in all three of them, like Clinton, Bush, and Obama, just when you see them all together, it's just like maturity and respect. And it's just like we had different ways of trying to solve the same issues, but there's still an underlying respect that comes. And then just his relationship with Michelle Obama is just so freaking cute.
It was him dancing with the babies in Africa for me.
Who, Bush? Really?
Have you seen that video?
Yeah, I have.
I die.
Yeah, I definitely didn't like him as a president, but I think too when he was a president, I don't think I had the maturity level to understand where we were in the country, because when he was in office, I think was it the first time or the second time? Either way, 9/11 had happened. And his response to 9/11, I was just like, I don't want us to go to war. I'm a senior in high school. Like, I want to go to prom. So I'm like, I don't really want to deal with all that. So I think.
Dude, do you know that I was in second grade when 9/11 happened?
Are you serious?
Yes. Everyone freaked out. They called us into the library. They locked the school down. We watched it on one of those rollout cart TVs, and people's parents started to come and pick them up. But my mom had a fucking full-time job, and she was like, you're asking to stay at school, dude.
Pretty much. I mean, they did the same thing, but I was a senior in high school because September 2011. I graduated June of 2000. No, what? 2011, 2001. And then I graduated, 2002, June of 2002. But yeah, they literally, I was in my English honors class, and the teacher was just like very somber, and we were like, what's going on? She was like, well, you don't know, there's something watching the TV. And they did the same thing. We had a TV in there, and we literally saw the plane crash into the building.
Dude,
and we were like, what kind of raggedy ass movie are you watching? And she was like, you idiots, this is real. And we were like, no way, there's no way that somebody just crashed a plane in the building. Like, this is America.
It seemed insane.
It did.
Do you remember this September 11th, there was a video circulating, and it was footage of these college students. They were like drinking in their dorm recording, and it shows the plane crashing into the towers.
And even their reaction to it in real time.
Insane.
Yeah.
That's even like, do you remember in Vegas, the big Vegas shooting that happened?
Yeah. I
just remember I was in OT school, seeing how you're up all the time. I was up late, and I was just scrolling, and I remember watching the live footage. Like, people were on Facebook Live, Instagram Live, all of this shit.
Yeah.
And I thought it was like a joke or a movie or something. It was insane to see, just like seeing things live is crazy.
It definitely seems very surreal, like you're in like a simulation or something like that. It's really, really weird.
Yeah, you're like, no way this is happening right now.
Exactly. But I think this election, first of all, so for those that don't know, who's living under a rock, which you should not be, this past weekend, or yesterday rather, because we're recording this on Sunday, yesterday it was officially announced that Joe Biden and former Vice President Joe Biden and Senator Kamala Harris are now the president-elect and vice president-elect of the United States of America. And first of all, I think that it was amazing that the American people have spoken, and the voter turnout was so great on both sides. It doesn't matter who you chose to vote for, but the American people as a whole showed up to the polls and they voted, and they showed up in their mail-in ballots. Number two, Kamala Harris, being an African-American / Jamaican / Indian American woman, and being the first woman, and having her be the first woman, but also a woman of color to be in this position. And I think on social media, they had been showing all of the vice presidents since the very beginning. And they were
I'm
all these
surprised you
old
didn't
white men.
say HBCU grad.
She is an HBCU grad. I was trying to leave that out for you, for your sake.
Yeah.
But she is an HBCU grad. Shouts out to Howard University. Go Bisons. And she's also an AKA, Alpha Kappa Alpha Incorporated, Sorority Incorporated. And so it was just a very proud moment. The sadder part of the election was the fact that this election took forever to count. I mean, I don't think we've ever had an election like this where it's taken this long to decide.
Well, I was reading and watching a bunch of stuff, and they just said like there's probably a handful of states who have an older population, and they've been like rocking with mail-in ballots for a long time. They got it down, but no one else does.
No. So
this was just like a crazy time for all of these things to happen with COVID and with the candidates that were running and how the campaigns were. It was just,
I mean, I think a lot of college students, I know me when I was at college, because even though I went to FAMU in Tallahassee, my voting, obviously registration was in Fort Lauderdale, 6 hours away. And so, I used to request my mail-in ballot, and I used to, mail it off to my mom and then mail it off to the actual place. And then I remember even one year, when we were voting for just like local elections, and I was actually home during that time. So I just took it to the drop off place and, dropped it off. So I'm accustomed to doing a mail-in ballot. I'm accustomed to kind of doing both because I've had to do both in the past, or I chose to do both. The good thing about it is I changed my residency when Obama was running for president for his first term. But I mean, there's a lot of people who do mail-in ballots. And I think the issue with the mail-in ballots this year is that a lot of people who have never done mail-in ballots don't understand how that works. And the reality is that with mail-in ballots, as long as you have your mail-in ballot post-dated by a specific date, it will still count. So even if it comes in after the election,
as long as you sent it by the date.
Exactly. And so people are like, even with Donald Trump saying, oh, these are illegal votes, you're counting them after 8 p.m. Bitch, what are you talking about? The mail does not run at 8 p.m., sir. Like, that's not, if each county said your mail-in ballot has to be post-dated by November the 2nd, if I send my let's say I sent my mail-in ballot to Florida from Texas, it's going to take at least two to 3 days to get there. So my vote is still going to be counted. But the problem is that every year mail-in ballots are provided, right? Our military uses mail-in ballots a lot, especially the people who are overseas. That's the only way they get a chance to vote. The problem is that you had an overwhelmingly amount of mail-in ballots that came this year, just like you said, because of COVID. And then even Bernie Sanders, it was amazing how he predicted that this was going to happen like 3 to 4 weeks ago. And he literally said, what's going to happen is Republicans are known to show up at the polls on election day. Democrats this year, they are going to send in mail-in ballots. And because these election, facilities, they probably were not prepared for how many mail-in ballots they got. Because even some celebrities were turning in mail-in ballots. And I'm like, why don't y'all just go to the polls? Like, what the heck? But at the same time, you do.
Can you imagine being a celebrity at the poll, though?
It depends on what celebrity you are.
Like a good one.
Like if you're Beyonce, you'll never be able to vote.
No, but even like, who did I see sending it? Zendaya sent in a mail-in
Well, even
ballot.
Angela Rye and Amanda Seales. But they both dropped theirs off. Like I think Amanda Seales dropped hers off at an actual like little voter box booth or whatever. And then Angela Rye actually took hers in. I saw on her social media.
That's what I don't understand, because I remember Trump was like, close the polls, blah, blah, blah. But I was like, sir, aren't there more Republicans still waiting to vote?
Exactly. And I think he knew that he was losing, so that's why he wanted to do that. But I think people fail to realize too that every voter ballot looks completely different in every state. You cannot federally control what a state does with their voter registration, their voter process, right? Because in the state of Florida, if they were voting on a governor or a Senate seat or, like their judges, their sheriffs, it's more things that are on those ballots than just the president's
Even
seat.
Like propositions.
Exactly.
And all that
Proposition.
shit.
You cannot tell somebody or tell a state. This is why states govern their own voter process, is because there is more that's on the ballot than just the presidency. And for you to even say, stop letting these votes come in. No, it's not just about you, dude. And that's your problem. There are so many other things that are on these ballots, important things, legalizing marijuana, decriminalizing marijuana, approving medical marijuana, and all
important
that
things
stuff.
like drugs, sir.
Hey, drugs are good. Some drugs, not all. Marijuana's good. I'm not saying that I'm a partaker of it, but I agree with medical marijuana. It works. Dang it. So yeah, I think it was just sad the way that people just kept saying, they're cheating, they're robbing the election. No, they're not, you idiots. If you understood the way that elections work, you would understand that these people were probably prepared for a couple of hundred mail-in ballots, and they got millions.
Yeah, I'm done with the cheating stuff. Like, your guy won last time, and everyone was pissed about it. Now this guy won this time, and you're pissed about it. The world will go on. You will be okay.
But here's what irritates me, though. A couple of things. Number one, people were protesting in the streets saying, stop the votes, stop the count, right? And banging on these doors, trying to bum rush into these ballots.
You have a really great protester voice.
Thank you very much. I practice. And it was amazing how these people were protesting everybody's daily rights, right, to be able to vote. And when Black Lives Matter happened and people were protesting literally for police brutality to not get killed, they called them thugs and barbarians and these animals. And then here you are, Mr. and Mrs. conservative white person, that's bamming on a door as if you're a 2-year-old, like not allowing a proper procedure to take place. Like, it makes no sense. Number two, Paula White. Did you see Paula White?
Nope.
Oh my God. The preacher Paula White, you didn't see her? So she's apparently, what's his name? Trump. She is his spiritual advisor, right? Or spiritual something, whatever. Anyway, she ended up praying for his win of this presidency. And Paula White has been known to be like a minister or a pastor, and she pastors a lot of Black people, or she used to, rather, before she lost her goddamn mind. Anyway, and before Jesus left her, because he left her a long time ago. But anyway, neither here nor there. Just the things that she was doing, it was just so comical. And they actually put a beat to what she was doing.
And strike 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 until you have victory. For every enemy that is aligned against you, let there be that we would strike the ground, for you will give us victory, God. I hear a sound of abundance of rain. I hear a sound of victory. I hear a sound of shouting and singing. I hear a sound of victory. I hear a sound of...
This is not the best part.
Rain. I hear a sound of victory. I hear a sound of an abundance of rain. I hear a sound of victory. The Lord says it is done. 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 It is done. The Lord says 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 it is done.
But the sad part is she starts praying and she says,
It's kind of a bop.
God is dispatching the angels from Africa right now. He's dispatching the angels from Africa right now. They're coming from South America.
Mean?
And I'm like, ma'am, do we not have angels in America? Why do they have to be from Africa and South America?
Americans have chosen a side. We had to.
Yeah. I think you prayed to the wrong angels, but I think you prayed to the wrong angels because clearly Trump is a racist. So you called on the African angels.
Well, they're coming. They're just going to be a little late.
Well, and then you called to the immigrant angels from South America. Aren't they immigrants? He hates those too. So I think this is probably why you lost, because you're praying to the wrong people. But anyway,
I would like to pray to African angels.
I think African
I didn't
angels
know that
are
was an
amazing.
option.
I didn't know that was an option.
I would have checked that box.
Yeah, I didn't know that angels have a race. I
thought they were just
angels.
angels.
That's what I thought too.
Agreed.
Yeah. I don't know who she's praying. I don't know what God she's praying to, but it's clearly not Jesus the Christ.
The African angels
And the South American angels.
I would like to claim both of those.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. It was one thing that really a few different things of this election. What really disappointed me, but I have always said this: white women control the vote in this country. The fact that in 2016 52% of white women voted for this man. And the fact that now in 2020, 4 years later, 55% of white women voted for this man. And when I tell you, social media, the white people on social media went crazy and was like, who the hell is this 55%? We want to know right now. Show yourselves. Mm-hmm. And I'm like,
Is you?
Is it you? Is it you, Sally? Is it you, Becky? Like, I just couldn't. I mean, I believe it because people are just crazy. I am so proud of African-American people for showing up to the polls in record numbers yet again. Number two, with the indigenous people in Arizona. These people showed up to the polls at 97% of registered indigenous people in Arizona showed their asses up to the goddamn polls. 97%. And they literally turned that state blue. And people can say whatever they want to say. These indigenous people did not forget how they had to, for months, protest and stay on their own land so that the president of the United States wouldn't try to drill on it. Them ancestors don't play. You don't play with people's ancestors like that.
They should have been praying to the Native American angels.
Thank you. Well, Native American angels are going to turn them blue anyway because they're like, you done stole our land twice now? Oh, no.
It's too many times.
Yeah.
Fool me once.
Shame on you. Or shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Native Americans
Fool
like,
me. What George, he's like, fool me, can't get fooled again.
Pretty much. I ain't inviting you to Thanksgiving no more. Not for a second time. We're not going to do that. But, and even with Stacey Abrams, who actually ran for governor of Georgia, was it not last year, 2018. And I think it was 2018. What I thought was really a blessing with her story. Do you know who Stacey Abrams is?
How could I not? She's all over social media right now.
I was going to say, she ended up creating this company called the Fair Fight to Vote. Yes. Anyway. And of course, she ran for the governor for the governor seat of Georgia and was cheated out of that election. That is my personal opinion, and that is fact, because of Kemp's voter suppression
tactics
that he used. My words are like gone. Anyway, and so a lot of people, when she lost the race or was cheated out of the race, because she didn't lose it, she was cheated out of the race. She decided to really fight for voter rights and to fight against voter suppression. And this woman who worked alongside of John Lewis and all of these wonderful people in the state of Georgia, in and out of the state of Georgia, she helped to organize and register over 800,000 voters in Georgia. And she literally put in position and put in place different things to try to help get rid of voter suppression. What I thought was amazing about her story is that even though she lost the governor race, people were telling her, you need to run for Senate of Georgia. Go ahead and just do that. You'll be great for it. And she was like, no, I have better work, not better, but I have more important work to do with this voter thing. And people were like, oh, you're so selfish. Like, you could be such an asset. Like, you're a sore loser and all this other kind of bullshit. And look at what this lady did. Had she run for Senate, who knows what this election would have looked like, and Georgia may not have turned blue. But the fact that she, even in her defeat, thought that it was more important for her to get this job done even 2 years later. And I mean, now at this point, she can have any cabinet seat she really wants to. And Joe Biden better give her a good old cabinet seat. But I'm just grateful that Betsy DeVos is going to be out of a job. I am so happy that we have an educator back in the White House, that we have maturity and class and dignity back into the White House. And I think a lot of Trump supporters were like, oh, I hate Biden and y'all worship this man. No, we don't. No, I don't think anybody who voted for Biden went in there like, oh, he's the great white hope. He's going to save us all. We were voting against hate, bigotry, homophobia, xenophobia, like racism. Like, we were voting against that shit. You keep thinking that people are voting for a man and a woman. I did not personally vote for Biden and Kamala because I like these people. I don't even know you. Mm-hmm. I don't care to know you. I voted against all the things that this man has done, said, perpetuated, put in place to be divisive in this country. And I voted against hate. For all of these other different things, and people are just like, oh, it's not going to be any better when he raises your taxes. The good thing is right now, I don't make over $400,000. I'm good.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I also do not make over $400,000.
Right.
I'm working on it.
99% of America don't make over $400,000. So I think we're all good. And instead of leaning on the middle class like the economy has done for forever, it's time for the wealthy to start paying their taxes. The fact that the president of the United States only pays $750 in taxes. Sir, I pay more than you. And I'm in a good tax bracket. However, I'm not in a $400,000 tax bracket. I wish I was.
Yeah.
More
money, more problems.
I don't believe that.
Me either, but it sounded good. Huh?
I just give me the more money. Let me figure out the problems myself.
I would love the problems that come with $400,000.
Yeah. But I think this election was it was monumental and it was historic, and I'm so grateful. The reality is that life still goes on, and 4 years ago we were in the same predicament where half the country was divided and was just like, oh my God, what's gonna happen? You're gonna wake your ass up and go to work the next day. It's the same thing that happens every single time that the shift of power is changed. Mm-hmm. So there's nothing different about it. But I do love this election especially for young girls, to realize that you too can get this far and get this high position. The unfortunate part is how you have to do what you got to do in order to get there.
You think she'll run for president in 4?
No, she won't be able to. Nobody will back her.
Yeah.
I think everybody was already scared of her anyway. And what was funny was one of my patients said to me over on Friday, as the results were still coming in, and she says, "Oh, I think he's gonna pull it off." And I was like, "Who?" Because I never like to incite that stuff with patients. And she was like, "Joe Biden. I really hope he wins." And blah blah blah. She was like, "I'm just so afraid of his health. Like, he's so old." Mind you, the patient herself was 80. Ma'am, you're older than him. And so she was just like, "Why can't we just get some like 40s and 50-year-olds in that position?" She was like, "I'm just afraid that if he dies and has a heart attack, that lady is going to be the president, and she's a socialist." I'm like, "That's what you're worried about?"
A lot of people are worried about that.
Ma'am, you're 80. What's the life expectancy at this point?
She'll have to live through 2 years of it.
Very true. I'm not trying to kill the lady in 2 years. I'm just saying. Yeah. So congratulations to former Vice President Joe Biden and Senator Kamala Harris as the VP.
Maybe in 4 years we'll have 2 really great candidates running.
I pray so. I really do pray so.
And it'll be like, oh man, who knows? Both 2 great people with 2 great platforms.
Bernie, run again. I love Bernie.
Yeah.
Bernie.
No student loans.
Listen, Elizabeth Warren.
Hashtag tax 3.
If you had Biden and Elizabeth Warren on the same ticket, that's who I want.
I will literally be such a happier, better person if I didn't have student loans.
I would do. Well, Joe Biden promised. Now, Joe Biden, I'm going to throw it back in your face, brother. I'm going to throw your word back in your face. You promised to eliminate student debt. Okay? So.
Waiting on that one, Joe.
You better call up Sally Mae and tell her, hey, Monica Fleming, erase all her shit. Thank you.
Period, poo.
Period, poo. But yeah, so I'm just glad the election is over. I'm glad it's over.
What do you think is going to happen to the economy?
I think for the first year, honestly, we're going to be fine. I think we're going to be just where we are. Because the thing I think people fail to realize is that anytime an administration leaves, the new president is now having to clean up everything that the old president has done, right? So there's, just like we talked about on the last podcast, there are things that are already in place that can't be stopped because they're tied to so many different things. So I think we're going to be fine. Like, I saw on social media, people were just like, gas prices are going to go up and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, do you all even understand why gas prices went down? Bitch, nobody was driving. We was all stuck in the house. I mean, we weren't because we were still at work. But how many cars was literally on the road between March and like June? Everybody was just going to the grocery store and you were coming right back home. Nobody was filling up gas like that, you know? Yeah. So I'm like, it's supply and demand, people. It's supply and freaking demand. Nobody needed gas like that because we was all at home.
Didn't Russia drive down gas prices? Didn't that happen? Do you remember that?
No.
I'm gonna have
was
to
that this year?
Yeah, there was something about like either Saudi Arabia or Russia was pissed at the other, so they decided to buy up all this gas and sell it super cheap so that no one would buy from the other one.
Oh, that's awesome. If it benefits us, I'm cool.
I would have to fact check that, but that's also what happened.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
See, that's the issue because we're so big on oil and gas here, so that's why it's always going to be red because we just need whoever's going to keep pumping up the oil and gas. Yeah,
very true. But yeah,
so that's what I'm not worried, but I'm interested to see what happens here.
I honestly think we're going to be fine. And I think if, God forbid, if something happens with the economy, I think it'll be more so due to COVID than Biden being in position. Because the thing is, you have 2 people, first of all, who are career politicians. Okay. Number 2, you have a man who's already been in this position and has been at the seat at the table, right? The right-hand man, literally, of a person for 8 years being the vice president. So,
but you're not worried they're going to shut everything down because of COVID and then the economy is going to go to shit?
I kind of hope that they do shut everything down. I keep telling you that.
Yeah, I know, but then our economy is going to go to shit.
Well, I don't think they're going to shut down the economy for an extended period of time if people just sit their asses down. Like,
Yeah.
Because even people protesting in the street, and which I thought it was not protesting, but people were rejoicing and celebrating in the street because of the win. I thought it was amazing. But there were a lot of people that were out there without a mask on. And I'm like, just celebrate from your house, people. Just wear the mask so we can get over this shit. Like the idiots coming to the stores, the Karens and the Beckys and the Garys coming there and the Kens. Oh, I have a medical condition. Well, then you need to goddamn Instacart or some shit. Or curbside service or something. Jeez.
Yeah, I think a lot of Republicans felt like with all this shit, government, like, right, they don't want government hands in their business. So they're like, we don't need you to have rules and regulations on closing. We don't need you to put all these like policies into place because people should be smart enough to use common sense and wear a mask and only go out if they feel like they can, but they don't, and people are stupid.
Right.
In a perfect world, they wouldn't have to.
Right.
And you would just be like, hey, nothing's going to change out here. Everyone needs to know, don't go out if you have an issue, health issue, wear your mask, social distance. People
Absolutely.
are fucking stupid.
They just are. But you know what I think even more so too with regard to the economy, I don't even think the economy is an issue or going to be an issue. I think the bigger issue is the Supreme Court. The Republicans now control the Supreme Court and are straight conservative. And that was one of the reasons why Trump was like, hey, I know that historically y'all just let the new incoming president pick their own, but fuck y'all, I know I'm gonna lose. I'm putting this bitch who ain't got no experience in this shit so I can run the whole fucking Supreme Court. You talking about an economy crash? We about to go into some real people, and I'm not trying to scare y'all, but you need to understand that this man putting that woman in the fucking Supreme Court, we are in some fucking trouble. We are in some okay, here's my question. This is a real question. Can you kick somebody out of the Supreme Court?
Yeah, when they die.
This lady has never tried a case.
I'm pretty sure aren't they? Isn't the Supreme Court, you're in it for life?
Yeah, I think so. I don't.
You're in it till you're not?
Unless you just like get out of, like you want to resign from it for whatever reason.
Look at Ruth.
Listen, Ruth Bader. She fought on her dying bed. Bless her soul, Lord Jesus. But yeah, I think, I'm not even worried about the economy crashing at this point. I'm worried about the Supreme Court.
Supreme Court justices have life tenure, so they.
But can you get them out at any point?
Die, resign, or retire, or are impeached or removed from the office?
Can they? Okay, so can a president sign an executive order and remove them just because it's Tuesday?
I don't know that the president can be like, Bippity Boppity Boo, bitch, you're out of here. But
that's the name of this episode. Bippity Boppity Boo, you're out of here, bitch.
Oh, shit.
Oh God, that's amazing. That's definitely the title of this episode. Bippity Boppity Boo, bitch, you out. Yeah, I think I'm not even worried about the economy crash at this point. I think that is so
the House of Representatives have to pass articles of impeachment, but you can be acquitted by the Senate. What?
Right, which the Republicans control right now.
There's a lot of checks and balances, and I feel like they check and balance the red.
Everything
right
ends with the Senate. But here's the beautiful thing for the state of Georgia. Everybody that is in the state of Georgia that is listening to my voice, please, in January, you all have one of the most important runoffs in history right now. You all are going between two people in the Senate. If you turn blue yet again for the Senate, it will be an equal match. And then Mitch McConnell, fuck ass, he gone. He don't got control no more. I mean, he still be gonna be in Congress, but he don't have control no more. So Georgians, I need y'all yet again.
Is that what they're called?
Georgians, yeah. Oh. Like Floridians, they're Georgians.
Okay.
I need you all to back us again, please. Because the state of Florida, and I'm from Florida, I'm a Floridian, and these motherfuckers failed us, okay? Florida, I saw the meme on Instagram that was like, all right, Florida, next time y'all have a hurricane, don't call us to come and pray for y'all asses. I hope y'all drown. I was like, damn. But I understand the places that always turn blue, like South Florida from West Palm to Miami, that turn blue, Orlando, Tampa, Tallahassee, Jacksonville. Those are the only blue areas you're going to find in Florida. Everything else is always going to be red. But yeah, so please, Georgians, go out and vote blue, please. In January, you all have an amazing runoff, or not amazing, a very important runoff. Make Stacey Abrams proud and Keisha Lance Bottoms. Awesome.
Keisha Lance Bottom.
You know, she actually graduated from Florida A&M University.
That's funny. I know someone who went to Florida A&M University.
Really?
Uh-huh.
What did they graduate? Like what school?
I don't know.
What did they do for a
Didn't
living?
you go to Florida A&M University?
did.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's
But
you.
I'm saying, what is their career?
What did you, physical therapist?
Physical therapy. Yes, I went to an HBCU and became a physical therapist and my bachelor's.
Wow.
I got from FAMU.
You could be on the Senate. You could be the vice president.
No.
Have you seen Veep?
Yeah.
You've watched the show Veep?
Yeah. I tell all the secrets though. They wouldn't trust me as a vice president.
Oh, nice. Speaking of voting, did you see Proposition in 17 in California got passed?
Ooh, it did.
So those people who were incarcerated that are out now on parole, they have the right to vote.
That is awesome.
That's what we were just talking about.
That is awesome.
I didn't know people couldn't vote if you had been in prison, but guess what? Not no more.
Yeah, praise the Lord, because they did it in Florida too. In Florida, there was a law that was passed, or a bill that was passed to restore felons' rights to vote. Which I think, honestly, once you served your sentence, that should be an automatic restoration.
Like being in time. You went to timeout. Everyone else was playing. You had to sit there and watch. And then when you get out of timeout, everything's back.
All your rights are restored. That should be that. Why is that not that way? If your goal is rehabilitation, which that is not true, but if it's really rehabilitation, you get stuff back. I mean, moms who are on crack and who lose their kids get to get their kids back. Why I can't get my rights to vote back?
Yeah, that's why I want to be an OT in the jail.
So you can get slapped upside the head?
Yes, you can teach them life skills.
Okay.
That'd be so cool.
Listen, I used to work in a prison. Them prisons gonna teach you some life skills, all right. How to make wine from apples from the cafeteria.
Wait.
Yes.
Interested.
I mean, I don't know how to actually do it, but I know they've done it.
Okay, you know how they go fishing in prison?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have to like put shit into the toilet, and then people put it in, you pick it up. Oh,
that's very
I
real.
love prison life. I don't want to be a part of it, but I'd love to be a
Listen,
observer.
I worked there for a year. That was enough for me. And I worked in a male maximum security prison. It's fine.
Did you just check out everybody in the prison? That's all I would do. Oh.
There was nothing that anybody... The only people that I did check out, though, honestly, was the correction officers. They have good benefits. But most of them were married, so I was like, this is lame.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
So I used to just hear them run their mouths about their wives nagging them and their kids. So that wasn't fun.
Nice. So let's go to Depression Corner. Alex Trebek died today.
Oh my God. Alex Trebek.
He was perfect. How long was he the host of Jeopardy?
It got to be 30 years. That man been on TV since I've been alive. It's got to be at least 20 years. At least 20. Siri, let us know what's up.
So he was at 8. He died when he was 80. 37 years.
Seriously, longer than I've been alive.
37 years?
That's a lot. I wonder how much he got paid every year, every season.
Holy shit, dude. He was Jeopardy.
Seriously, he had to know all those questions. That's just like Vanna White from Wheel of Fortune. Did she even sit on Wheel of Fortune?
Oh, Vanna White, yeah.
Yeah, she probably got, just all she did was she was just a hand model.
Yeah.
Millionaire. God damn, I'm in the wrong profession. Shit.
Dude, seriously. Wow.
37 years. That man was on Jeopardy longer than I've been alive.
That's insane. He's seen everything.
That's absolutely amazing. He had a tough fight because he died from his complications of pancreatic cancer.
I think he was they found it stage 4 maybe?
Stage 4, yeah. But he fought for like 2 years because I think, I want to say like his diagnosis was like 2 years ago.
Yeah,
or maybe he just told the world 2 years ago.
I think in 2019 he got diagnosed. He announced
Was it
that he was
2019?
diagnosed.
19?
Yeah, so a year ago.
Yeah.
It's pretty fast.
Yeah, well,
Dude,
pancreatic cancer, unfortunately,
I know.
kind of takes you fast.
Is that what Chadwick had?
No, he had colon cancer.
Colon cancer. I'm done with cancer. He has cancer. Chadwick had cancer. Al Roker has prostate cancer.
Prostate cancer. Yeah. This is why men, you gotta go get your prostates checked, man.
Couple coughs and you're out of there.
Yeah. It's not, prostate exams are not gay for those people who keep saying, oh, that's gay. That's that gay shit, man. That's the gay shit. Listen,
if your doctor is hard when you walk out, yes, it was probably gay. But most of the time he's not. He's just doing his job.
I absolutely hate you for saying that.
I just want to be an honest podcast.
I agree. So go and get your prostate checked. It needs to be checked, especially African American men.
If I have to get felt up and have fingers inserted in my vagina once a year,
you can go and get your butthole played with for 2 seconds. It's just 2 seconds. All you do is stick their finger in there and they put it on a card and they send the card off to see if you got any blood. And then they stick a scope up your butt, but you're asleep. You're not even awake to feel it.
It's just important. You just have to do it.
They're not putting your booty hole all on TMZ and whatnot. Gee
you can't
whiz.
get no infection in your booty hole.
You can get prostate cancer.
Because it's a booty hole.
It's a booty hole. Okay. Don't let Tiffany Haddish be out having y'all looking stupid.
So, a lot of cancer going around. Not a
That
fan.
sucks.
Not a fan.
That sucks. Well, definitely prayers up for Alex Trebek's family and praying with Al Roker and his family during this process. I just pray that that God just, comforts his mind.
Dude,
it's very difficult.
Cancer is scary.
Cancer is very scary. And I think cancer is very lonely. As many people that tries to be around you during that time, it's just like kind of what we go through with our patients. Like we can tell them all day, we understand this hurts, this is uncomfortable, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. We really don't know because we're not really going through it. And we get to go home, with our uncancerous selves. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's really, I think it's a very lonely situation. I mean, my mom went through it with breast cancer. And as much as we felt like we were there for her, I'm quite sure she probably felt very lonely at times. Yeah,
it's isolating.
Yeah.
You know what else is isolating?
What?
Being on parole. You know who's on parole?
Who?
Lori Harvey for 2 years.
Or is she on probation?
Oh, she's on probation because you can only be on parole if you went to prison.
That's very true. Well, here's my thing. So she was involved in a car accident. Did she kill anybody in the accident?
I think she hit someone and didn't run away, but she drove away.
So
I don't think she hit a person. I thought she hit a car.
Well, were people in it?
Probably if they called. Yeah.
Well, here's my question. Why did this young lady only get 2 years of probation and no jail time? Because here's my question too. This girl is not even famous. Your stepdaddy is famous, True. Right? Number 2, your mama not even famous. Your mama only famous because of your stepdaddy. Like the privilege. I can't.
She resisted arrest. What? Hold on. In January, oh my God, they called her a social media influencer. Is that what she is?
She's Steve Harvey's stepdaughter.
She was charged with a count of hit and run, resulting in property damage from a collision in October, and another count of resisting, delaying, obstructing arrest from a peace officer. A peace officer, ma'am.
There's some little people that walk around with a flashlight, but they got a little cop car.
She slammed her Mercedes G-Wagon into a parked car, causing her vehicle to flip on its side. How fast do you have to be going to hit a parked car and flip on your side?
Listen, you didn't slam. You was playing GTA or some shit.
And that car's $100,000. Holy shit.
The privilege. This is why wealthy kids need to get a Honda Civic until they can afford to buy what they want to.
She was texting and she crashed into a Prius. You crashed your $100,000 G-Wagon.
And that Prius
that Prius flipped you right the fuck over.
Listen, that Prius got a better resale value than that damn G-Wagon.
Oh my God.
And better on gas.
She tried walking away confused. The police were there to arrest her. Oh my God, dude.
These celebrity kids, man. Oh. And this further perpetuates that if you become famous, you get rewarded for bad behavior.
This freaking article says Lori is one of Steve's 7 children. Her mother is his 3rd and current wife. I'm done. She also recently broke up with rapper Future and is rumored to be seeing Akon's brother. If you have to use that many other famous people in an article about you, girl, you ain't.
Not famous.
You can't.
So you mean
reap
to
the benefits?
Everybody else is famous around her, but she's not actually the famous one. Duly noted.
Nice. Well, yeah. That was the hot news this week. That happened. Dr. Dre's wife is still doing some crazy shit. Trying to get out of her prenup.
She's too much.
Ladies, don't sign a prenup if you think you're gonna have to get out of it.
Listen, I'm not.
Holla, we want prenup? No, we don't.
Okay, let me ask you a serious question. Will you make your husband sign a prenup?
If I have more money.
So, what's considered like more like the maximum or the minimum amount that you will have to make before you get a prenup?
It would just have to be like if I feel like I have assets that exceed his assets. Okay. I would get a prenup.
Gotcha.
I will never sign a prenup though.
You're so toxic. I kind of was that way, but yeah, I agree with you. If I have more assets than them, I don't know. It just depends.
So it
depends on how much I love you.
Yeah, my roommate in college, one of my best friends, Natasha. Herman.
I'm gonna just say my husband's name is Herman. Herman. Okay. It just depends on how much I love you.
Name is really? My dad's name. Yeah.
Herman. Okay. Yeah. Well, if it's weird, I'll change it.
Keep it.
Okay.
No relation, so you're fine. My roommate in college, Natasha, her parents are very wealthy. They have all these businesses, assets, whatever. And I remember her saying, like, because her parents don't have a prenup, but she was just like, the idea that my dad has built this business, this company, all of these things, and my mom just owns half of it.
Yeah.
She's like, that is insane to me. Like, not that her mom doesn't. She's like, my mom raised us and she does all these things with the company and she deserves it. But she's like, just to think like I could build something and someone is just entitled to half of it.
Yeah. I think too, like with prenups, people always look at prenups like, oh, you're just preparing for divorce. Listen, if it is required to get car insurance just in case you have an accident, why is a prenup looked at as something to be bad? You know what I mean? Like I think in this day and age where people have, like when my parents were married, when they first got married, obviously both of them were just working. They didn't own any property or anything like that. So there was no need for no prenup. Y'all both broke in the same tax bracket, call it a day, right? But now where you have, women at the forefront of, society and success and careers and all this kind of stuff. Like it's, even though it's still a male dominated world in the working world, I think women now are coming to the table with way more, and especially in this generation. And so, even if it doesn't really matter how much money I make, but like you said, if I have assets, property, commercial property, other land, investments, stuff like that, stuff that can really set my family up for success later on, my kids, I don't know that I necessarily want you to have control of that.
Yeah. I remember when my Nana got divorced, that so her husband could not touch her retirement. Yeah. She gave him the house, and that fucked me. Cause I was like, that's you know what I mean? Like it comes out of your check. It's your retirement. You're saving for it. Yeah. And they can fucking take that shit. That's fucked me up.
That's true. But see, the thing is too, like, even when you're separating assets like that and you, let's say y'all were both broke together and then you built this great empire together. I think for Dr. Dre's wife, you didn't build his empire. Like he was already Dr. Dre before you met him. Exactly. And you cannot, to a degree, say that you are entitled to half of his money. Yeah. Like for a person like Jeff Bezos' ex-wife, now she is entitled to half his money because that bitch was with him when he was in the garage selling shit on Amazon when he made that junk. So she deserved half of his millions because I don't know how many bologna sandwiches she probably bought that man down into the basement. Like, hey,
she's like, hey, working on your project again.
Exactly.
All right.
And she probably was paying the bill, so she deserved that. But for Dr. Dre's wife, I'm like, then she went on there and was like, oh well, I want to find out if he fathered any other kids while we were married.
So she tried to make his mistresses all come out. She's trying to find out if he fathered. I'm like, girl, if you have to go track,
that's too much.
You have to already come correct with this information. That's why you're gonna say the prenup's fucked up.
Yeah, just ask for a settlement and call it a day. Don't try to come alimony. Just get alimony and then stop
you're
buying Birkins.
You're telling me that alimony from this man wouldn't be substantial?
If he got good lawyers, it wouldn't.
That's true. That's very true.
There's a lot of women out there who have divorced these million and billionaires, and they've come out of the divorce with $2.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, would I make someone sign a prenup? 100%. Will I ever? Probably not.
It just depends on where I am. If you listen here, Bartholomew, if you came, that's gonna be my husband's name, Bartholomew. If you came to me today and was like, listen, okay, all I got is a Mercedes parked outside of an apartment, bitch, I'm giving you a prenup. You doggone right. You are doggone right. You are not screwing up any of my investments for my retirement. Because I you know what, I do believe that when you're married, you should not have access to that person's retirement, no matter what kind of divorce. If you can protect your retirement, that should be off the table automatically.
But that is 100% your, unless you guys have an account to get like something else, like a Roth, you're both putting whatever. Yeah, I don't care.
But retirement, you can't mess with that, man. You can't be 90 years old out here trying to work no 40 hours a week. That ain't gonna work.
Dude, it breaks my heart. I tell my Nana this all the time, and my grandpa. Because he retired, he worked in the military. He was a probation officer. He was a teacher. He has like shingles of retirement. Worked at USAA. She worked at the hospital forever. She's got retirement. She gets some of his retirement. Controversial.
From the military.
Yep. Controversial. But it breaks my heart when I see someone, like we have a patient who's like 80 years old and still working, or 70 years old and still working. Because I'm just like, damn, dude, like, I don't even want to be here. I'm 26.
I'm trying to retire at 36. I'm trying to retire tomorrow.
Like I remember having this guy. A patient was like 79. He came in. He had just had a stroke. He was like, "Well, I was at work. I work at Taco Cabana. Blah 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 blah." And I was just like, "This man, is I work 8 hours a day."
And it's sad too when you see these people that are like, Walmart and Target, and they're, you know, in their 70s or 80s, and they're cashiers. And this is what pisses me off about that. When people come in and they are just like, oh my God, they're going so slow. I just want to beat the shit out of people for treating the elderly like that. I do not play when it comes to the elderly.
Yeah.
Like I'm sorry, sweetie, I'm taking so long. Grandma, grandpa, take your time, baby. I'm already off work. I am not in a rush. Even if I was that much in a rush, I should have took my ass to self-checkout or whatever the case may be. But I hate when we discard our elderly people because they bring so much to the table and so much wisdom. And the way you treat them is a prime example of how someone will treat you when you get in that position.
That's just all I need to know about someone is how you treat waiters and waitresses.
Yeah.
If you talk shit about your mom, seriously, and how you treat old people.
Absolutely.
That's all I need to know.
Because that right there will tell me everything about your character. And if you eat candy corn or not.
First of all, that's pointed.
Oh, but you know what? Also, if you use baby wipes, if you don't use baby wipes, bitch, I don't trust you.
Wait, what?
I don't trust people who won't use baby wipes.
Why?
Because, I mean, you don't wipe your ass. If you don't wipe your ass, you ain't gonna
I
wash
wipe
your
my
hands.
ass till that shit bleeds. Are you kidding?
Okay, don't do that.
I just don't use
that.
baby wipes.
Okay, let me
I
ask
don't
you-
like my ass feeling wet.
Well, no, it doesn't.
Yes,
I mean, the
what
thing
do you
is
mean
not
it
super,
doesn't?
It's not super
It
wet.
is. It's too much. I don't want that. No.
Okay, well, look, tiebreaker.
You have to like fan my booty hole.
No. Why you like to say booty hole like that? Tiebreaker. When making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, do you put peanut butter or jelly on first?
Peanut butter.
Bitch, we can't do this podcast no more. That's the end of it.
Because if you put the peanut butter on first and you put the jelly, then you can get the peanut butter comes off easier than the jelly on the bread.
If I ever see you put jelly inside of my peanut butter jar, I'm going to kick your ass.
Here's why. Because if you do the peanut butter first, it like when you go to get the excess off, you can do it on the side of the bread. It comes off easier.
So you don't rinse your knife before you put the others. Because I put jelly on first, rinse the knife off, and then I go for the peanut butter.
So I'm sorry you have OCD, but I don't.
Let me tell you, my dad used to annoy the crap out of me when he did it because he would always put peanut butter on his bread first.
That's normal.
But no.
That's normal.
But then he used to spread it with a spoon. That's off.
Oh, I do jelly.
Then number two, he would stick the peanut buttery spoon in the jelly. So then you got peanut butter in the jelly. You don't do that.
You don't, but like you're taking a very strong stance. I'm a weirdo. Like I don't even like my food touching, so I get it.
Well, see, I'm okay with the food touching. Not the peanut butter and jelly though. You can't have it
Ew,
touch.
I don't
even
like
like the
food
jar
touching.
that has the peanut butter, like the little slides of peanut butter and jelly in it. Can't do that.
Oh,
That's
goober.
disrespect-
My
I
brother
hate
loves
that.
goober.
I hate that. Sorry, that was my TikTok.
I never liked it because the ratios were off.
I just don't put any peanut butter in my jelly.
I don't leave any peanut butter in the jelly. Like I make sure it's all scooped out.
I don't know that I trust you on that.
Do you do your cereal first or the milk?
Cereal? Who the fuck will put milk first and then the cereal?
That girl from Get Out. The crazy
The girl
one.
from Get Out?
Yeah.
Which one? The one that's like, no.
No. The white girl from Get Out.
Oh,
the
the girlfriend. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the black lady. No.
Wow. We're having some issues on
So do
this
you put
episode.
cereal or milk in first?
I mean, I put cereal in first.
Okay. Why would anyone put milk in first? I don't get that.
I don't know.
Then you'll be putting way too much. No. You need to see the cereal rise.
Hey, listen. I'm not trying to fight with you on that.
Yeah. Except for the peanut butter and jelly. That's fine.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah. So what else? What's going on in social media?
Arby's bought Dunkin' Donuts.
Yo.
Did you see that?
Okay.
First of all, do you fuck with Arby's? You don't eat meat.
But I do.
Damn
I like
it.
the curly fries.
You like curly fries? I fuck with Arby's.
Here's my question. Who in America is going to Arby's that they have $11 billion to buy Dunkin' Donuts?
11 billion. Like it makes sense that it would cost $11 billion.
Yeah.
Dunkin' Donuts is huge, especially up
Right.
north. I mean Baskin Robbins. I love Baskin Robbins.
But who-
that mint chocolate chip.
How many roast beef sandwiches? Because that's what they sell, right? Roast beef.
Roast beefs, yeah.
Who the hell is buying $11 billion?
I go to Arby's maybe like 4 times a year. I go to Arby's, and I feel like I'm one of the only people I know that goes to Arby's, and that's only 4 times
So
a year.
you have
so
spent
who,
$11 billion.
so who the fuck is out here frequenting Arby's? I'm like,
Yo.
even the Arby's close to us just got a redo. They just
Yeah.
what do you call that? Remodel.
Right.
And I was like, who even has the money for that?
Arby's must own. They gotta own something else because there's no
It's all
way.
drug fronts.
It has to be. There's no way you can afford. You're revenue is $11 billion off goddamn roast beef and curly fries.
But the idea that I can now have a roast beef sandwich and a scoop of ice cream, I'm in love.
Okay, don't do that. That's no, because then my donut's gonna smell like roast beef.
Donuts.
I'm saying,
from Dunkin'
Yeah,
Donuts.
don't make my donut smell like roast beef. Ugh.
Have you had the bubblegum ice cream from Baskin Robbins?
Yes, it's really good.
That's my favorite.
Cookies and cream is my favorite.
I mean, mint chocolate chip technically is my favorite.
Here we go again. Goddamn mint.
You don't like mint chocolate chip?
I don't like mint chocolate anything.
I mean, you don't like Thin Mints?
No,
dude.
hate them.
Turn the mic off. We're done.
I don't like mint ice cream chocolate. No,
You don't like Andy's mints?
no, they're gross. You don't put chocolate and mint together.
Yes, a lot of people do.
I know, and a lot of people are crazy. If you eat chocolate chip mint anything, you're a serial killer. Just off the
No,
bat.
I refuse. Sorry, I have a palate.
Listen, I would rather eat candy corn than to eat anything mint
Oh,
chocolate.
okay, bet.
I hate everything mint
I
chocolate.
love mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Barf.
Ooh, so good.
Barf, barf, barf.
Do you remember the movie Witches from the 90s?
Yes.
Okay, so Anne Hathaway just remade. She didn't remake it, but she's in the remake
Yeah,
that's on
yeah.
HBO.
Yeah.
People are coming for her.
For Anne Hathaway?
For Anne Hathaway.
Why?
Well, I guess for the company, but so they have like cat claws in the movie. It's like, the movie's like ways you can tell who a witch is or what a witch is. So she's like missing some fingers and they're super long. And I don't want to misquote this. People are saying that she negatively pictures or like negatively
Depicts.
That's a good one. Thank you. Depicts people with limb deformities. And it's super disrespectful.
Oh my God.
And because they're basically saying that people with limb deformities are witches. And so people are coming for her.
Okay, people.
I feel like we can't win. No one can win this year.
No one can win anything. If somebody has on glasses in a goddamn movie, I'm gonna be like, you know what? I wear glasses and it's offensive. Like, are they making fun of the freaking fingers missing in the movie?
No, I think they're just missing and they're like, oh, her fingers are missing. That's how we know she's a witch.
That's just like with what's the movie? Us. No, not Us. Yes, Us. That was from Jordan Peele. And how Lupita Nyong'o played the Tethered. Because did you see it?
That movie is insane.
It's insane. And with the voice that she did, people were like,
oh, because she hasn't talked for years.
Yeah, she was like, you're so disrespectful that you're picking at what was the president name who talked like that or had a speech impediment or something like that. And people were just like, oh, that was so disrespectful.
I'm pretty sure she like studied people's voices with specific like deficits and issues.
But I think
because she wanted to sound exactly like that.
Right, but you have to know that this is people playing an art. Like what? Okay, so what you say? Would you say the same thing about Cuba Gooding Jr. when he played radio and played a mentally handicapped man?
It was a different time.
Like, but that's my thing. Like, oh my God, it was a beautiful story. Who is radio going to play himself? Like, goddamn. Jesus, y'all are too sensitive. Oh my! Listen, if black folks can survive in this country with all the shit we got to deal with, fucking deal with your goddamn other stuff. I was gonna say something else, but then I'm gonna get canceled. So I'm gonna just goddamn it. Just deal with it. Damn. I hate people I just hate that. Because there's people on TikTok who have hand deformities. So are they the people who are coming for her? People on TikTok?
I would assume it wasn't them, and you know what? I will say that a lot of the time, the people who come for celebrities don't actually have what they're advocating for.
Yeah.
Like it's full-handed people saying, "Oh, we're advocating for the people with hand deformities." But like, if the people with hand deformities aren't pissed about it, let it go.
Let it go because it's your issue, not theirs. That's like even with little people. Like, oh my God, you're letting them just parade you around and you're playing the Oompa Loompas. Like, oh my God, that's so offensive. I'm getting
paid for it. I cannot change my height. I cannot get a lot of other jobs, but I can't get this one. People make fun of me anyway. I'm gonna make a check.
Thank you. If the people who have the issue are not mad, you should not be mad for them. You look stupid.
You can't be mad for other people.
No.
It's like your friend that keeps dating her ex-boyfriend and you hate him and he's a piece of shit, but she keeps going back. I can't hate him enough for you.
No. And I'm just not going to be your friend because I don't want to hear about it.
There you go.
Yeah, I've done that before. Anyway. Yeah, that's just really weird. Did you see Dave Chappelle on Saturday Night Live?
I love Dave Chappelle, dude. He's
God.
so funny. And he did it 4 years ago, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The episode after the election.
Yeah. He was amazing. Just his comedic timing. First of all, anybody that says that Dave Chappelle is not funny, you're a hater.
The whites love him. The blacks
Everybody
love him.
love him.
The people with hand deformities love him.
Seriously, Anne Hathaway loves him.
Anne Hathaway, he's equal opportunity.
Yeah,
great man.
I think
that's Kim Kardashian's favorite house guest. Did you know?
That's weird.
They asked her, "Who's your favorite house guest?" She said, "Dave Chappelle."
Why is it that every episode of our podcast you have brought up the Kardashians? You're obsessed with these
consumed.
people.
I'm
you
consumed.
are. You're really obsessed with these people.
They're
I think
everywhere.
you should get help for that.
Here's the thing. There's something about being let into someone's life who makes that much money. I'm obsessed with it.
Why can't you be obsessed with Beyonce's life? Is it because she doesn't let you?
She doesn't let you into it.
That's very true.
I can't be obsessed with it.
Yeah, that's true. She doesn't let anybody in.
Yeah.
She still has a mystery.
I would
Snapchat.
100%. Like Beyonce, supposedly her house smells like those really expensive candles, the vanilla ones, Diptyque vanilla candles. But that's like, so those things I'm obsessed with.
I doubt it. Her house probably smells like poop and throw up with them damn kids. Not all poop and throw up.
She's a trillionaire, so I would assume she has $50 candles burning everywhere.
I mean, with kids, I think she got like one of them things, Airwick, them little things with the plug-ins. I know she probably got plug-ins everywhere, but she definitely ain't got no candles running around. Them kids gonna burn up that whole damn house. Nah.
I don't know, man. We wouldn't know because she doesn't fucking let me into her house.
If you can find her secret Snapchat, you would find out what her house smells like.
Of all the shit people are breaking into and coding into, why not Beyonce's secret Snapchat?
Yeah, listen, because the FBI has it under control.
I'm sure she pays people in high places.
Yeah, she definitely has Olivia Pope on her side.
Yeah, so
makes sense.
That's really it. It was a calm week. People were pretty consumed with the election.
Yeah,
no one popped off or did anything crazy.
Surprisingly, so we're gonna hop on over to the rehab corner.
Hippity hop 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 hop.
So. I love these little things we do because we're always on the same page. So what was interesting was this week, because of the election, there were a lot of patients that wanted to converse about the election. And
were all yours Trump supporters? Because mine were.
No, mine were all Biden supporters, which I was very surprised. This is Texas. I was very surprised. And of course, every day that we come into patients' rooms, everybody's always watching. I always make sure
either CNN or Fox. Everyone's watching CNN or Fox.
But everybody was watching CNN or MSNBC. Nobody was watching Fox. Not a single patient of mine
should have come down to third floor. Everyone's watching Fox.
See, here's the thing, too. I was looking forward to watching The Price is Right, and nobody had that on. Because I'm always in a patient's room right at 10 or right at 10:50. If you look at my billing, I'm always in a patient's room so I can watch the showcase at the end. Neither here nor there. But anyway, I had, patients this one patient, he said to me, it was so funny. He was a post-surgical patient and he says, he's like, "Oh, did you vote in this election?" And so I was like, "Absolutely, sir. I'm black. I don't have a choice." And so he was like, "Oh, okay." He was like, "Well, did you vote for Trump?" I said, "Sir, I'm black. Like, why would I ever vote for Trump?" And he's like, "Oh, there's a lot of black people that ever vote for Trump." I'm like, "Right, but do I look like I'm a Trump supporter?" And so he was like, "Well, I'm just gonna let you know."
What does a Trump supporter look like?
They're just stupid. Stupid written all over their face. But
good to know.
So he said, he was like, "So did you vote for Trump?" Or, he asked me that. And so he was like, "Well, I just want to let you know, me and my family, we voted for Biden." And I asked my physician that too when I was admitted into the hospital. And I said to him, "Sir, did you vote for Trump?" And he got silent. So I think I need to find another physician.
Well, sir, your physician makes over $400,000.
Thank you.
So
not only that, but I don't think you should just go around asking people, "Hey, who did you vote for?"
Yeah.
Before you do my surgery, who you voted for? Yep. Oh, no, I can't do it. I got to find somebody else. Like, that's not going to work at all. But it was very interesting. Even on Friday, I had this one Hispanic patient, and which most of my patients are Hispanic because we're in San Antonio. Yep. Anyway, so she said to me, she's like, "Oh, I think he's going to pull it off." And I was like, "Who?" And so, because again, I don't ever want to.
There's a lot of Hispanics for Trump. You're right.
Absolutely. Especially here in San Antonio. And she said to me, she was like, "Biden," she was like, "Oh, I just hope he wins. My son is a big Trumper and I can't stand it." And I'm just like, as a Hispanic woman, I just don't understand how people can vote for him and blah, blah, blah. She was like, "But my thing is with Joe Biden, like, Joe Biden." She was like, "He's so old and blah, blah, blah." And how she was afraid of Joe Biden dying because she didn't want Kamala Harris to then take over the world, or not the world, but take over the United States and become the president because she's a socialist. And so I was like, "Well, what's your definition of like socialism?" "Well, just everybody just being equal." And I'm like,
sounds horrible, dude.
Everybody being equal is horrible? Wow, lady, that's pretty inaccurate, but okay.
That's what people in Texas feel socialism is.
Yeah. I agree with socialism to a degree. And I'm not against socialism. No, I don't agree that, a person who has 37 kids in a shoe should have the same thing as me and same money and all that kind of stuff.
No,
I don't believe in that.
When we hear here, we're thinking China, Cuba, like very socialist places.
Yeah, not like that. That's not the type of socialism I like. The only kind of
If I had to pick a socialism, it's not that kind. It's this. No, that's not what fucking happens. That's why people are so afraid of socialism.
I will take C socialism, which is basically healthcare for all. That's the only kind of socialism I'm okay with. But even too, like one of the examples that not about socialism, but just about how people in this country or people who are not from this country, but who migrate to this country, how they kind of practice socialism to a degree. Like there's this one family, and I wish I knew their names. I never knew their names. So every other Friday, my mom got paid, right, when we were growing up. And we used to go to this Chinese place. And the Chinese place is called Super Dragon. So anybody in South Florida, in Fort Lauderdale.
Super Dragon?
Super Dragon.
That's a great Chinese food name.
Listen, that Chinese food, it was legit. It was like you knew and you felt like, and it tasted like you was eating pork or chicken. That's all I'm going to say about that. Anyway, and they just, like the whole family was there. So it was like a mom, a dad, a brother, and 3 sisters. And every time we went, there was always a different sibling that was in the front taking the orders, blah, 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 right? And so we literally grew up with these people. And so when we were in college, they were in college. And what was interesting was that this was probably like over 20 years that we went to this place religiously every other Friday, which is sad. But anyway, what they did was the mom and dad came here from China, right? The kids were all born here in America. And the parents got a small loan and opened up a Chinese restaurant. But what they did was the kids would go to college and they would do like a semester at a time and they would rotate. So the brother, he was into I think he was in like software engineering. There was a sister that was trying to be a physician. And then there was another sister that was trying to be be in the business world. But what they did was for their undergrad, they would literally rotate every semester. One would work at the Chinese restaurant. The other one would go to school, and they would do it like that. And then all of a sudden one day, I remember coming home from college or coming home from PT school, and I tried to order something from Super Dragon. And the people were like so rude. And I was like, whoa, that ain't the mama. Like, why the mama so mad? Mama son, what you mad for? So I went to the place and I was like, this ain't the mama, who back there? And so I ended up just seeing the son randomly at one of the malls there. And I was like, oh my gosh, do you all own the Super Dragon anymore? Mm-hmm. He was like, oh no, we sold it. He was like, oh no, we all doing well now. We've all finished school. And we knew that, our parents instilled in us that we all had to take turns going to school for the greater good. And those kids literally went to school, got their educations, even gone and got, went and got graduate degrees. And now they're all successful and were able to retire the parents. Like that to me is like socialism. Mm-hmm. That's kind of socialism I like.
That was 4 fucking people.
I know that's a lot though, but that just shows the strength of this family. Like, listen, even as kids, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna sacrifice all of this stuff, and we are gonna equally sacrifice for each other, going to school so we can all be successful. And they did that in their 20s, which is what you're supposed to do. Really, is work hard in your 20s so you can relax a little bit in your 30s and enjoy your 40s. But I don't believe that people should not take care of other people. But again, people buck the system all the time. I'm a socialist when it comes to healthcare. That's probably about it. That's an interesting sigh.
I just don't know about it. I feel like I don't know.
You don't like socialism?
I like the idea of socialism if everyone was going to be an awesome socialist.
What's an awesome socialist to you?
Like what you just described.
Yeah.
If everyone was just like, we're all going to help each other, we're all going to put in an effort, we're all going to do what we need to do, but it doesn't fucking happen that way.
No, because you're going to always have somebody that wants more, unfortunately. And then you're always going to have the lazy
and someone
ones
who wants to do less.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's frustrating.
Yeah, I don't think that I should be obligated to take care of someone else. Like, here's my thing. I don't mind as a 36-year-old paying taxes to help take care of the elderly, right? Because those people who have paved a way for me to be here, and who have done their due diligence in working and being in the workforce and adding to it and blah, blah, blah. They get to take their rest, right? Now, people who are my age and younger or even older who are still on the system and food stamps and housing and all that kind of crap, that is ridiculous. Like the fact that generational curses of like, well, my grandma was on food stamps, my mom was on food stamps, I'm on food stamps, now my child is on food stamps. That's a problem.
Yeah.
There should be a 1 generation limit.
So who in your no, and I think like those programs are very helpful.
Yeah.
But people take advantage of those programs.
Absolutely.
So I'm saying I am for socialism, but I just like
I'm not taking care of a grown, able-bodied person. I'm sorry. I'm just not.
Saying. My thing is like I'm very into like a portion of my taxes can go to these programs and y'all can figure that shit out, but don't fucking come for anything else of mine. This is a portion of my money that I'm giving to you to help these people, to help whoever you want, older people, whatever. But other than that, I'm working hard for my money, so this is what's going to stay mine.
Exactly. And I'm not going to feel bad because I'm not going to take care. Remember, I think it was like 2 years ago. This lady, unfortunately, she was black. And this lady had, like, no lie, like, I think 12 or 15 kids. And she had gotten evicted out of her apartment. And she was in a 1-bedroom, like a 1-bed hotel room. And all her kids were just everywhere. And this lady literally called the news station and was like, this city needs to help me raise my kids. I wanted to come through that phone and slap the dog shit out of this lady. You literally have 15 children that you cannot financially and or emotionally take care of. And you have the audacity to call a news station and say, so y'all need to help me with these kids.
Because the more kids you have, the more government resources you get.
And that's horrible. Because
why would the government just leave these kids to fend for themselves? They wouldn't. But people take advantage of that. I'm tired of people taking advantage of things.
It's so annoying. Because I remember
everyone be a decent human.
Even when I was in college,
operate.
When I was in college, I applied for food stamps, right? Because they were like, oh, if you're in school full time and you work at least 20 hours a week, you will automatically qualify for food stamps. You know who didn't qualify for food stamps? My motherfucking ass. And I was pissed. I'm still pissed about that government. They were like, you make too much money. And I'm like, bitch, I make $5.25 an hour. How is that too much money? And they were like, well, you got a brand new car. I'm sorry. What does my brand new car have to do anything? Well, if you're really hungry, you'll sell your car. Bitch, I need to get to work. Like, what sense is that? Like, even before I had a brand new car and my dad bought me my first truck, like he paid it in cash, right? So the car was in his name. Well, my name was on it too. He put my name on it just as like, for an asset. But, well, actually a car's a liability. But anywho, not he neither here nor there.
That's on another episode.
Right. So, but the point is they were just like, yeah, you make too much money. And then my roommate, who, is my best friend, but she was my roommate at the time, she got food stamps. And I was so pissed. And I'm like, Larissa,
girl, you eating, we eating.
We work the same, like we make the same amount of money. We work the same hours. Like I was just at the hospital. Like, are they trying to say, oh, because you work at a grocery store and I work at the hospital, like that's like some kind of, I don't get it. It makes no sense. And she had a brand new car. And I was like, and I think like at one point she got like $98. And I'm like, bitch, I can't even ask you for 10. Like it's pointless. And then at one point she had ended up, like when you recertify, I think she ended up getting like $23 or something. I was like, I'd be so pissed. But then you go to Sam's Club with your little refund net check or whatever from your loans. And you see these people with 2 baskets full of crap from Sam's Club, crab legs and everything. I don't even eat seafood and I'm pissed because you got crab legs because I know they're expensive. And it's just like, really? This is what I'm paying for? And I only make $5.25 an hour as a CNA at a hospital? Like, really, dude? So I don't believe in that kind of socialism. Like,
tax the wealthy.
Tax the poor. Shit. Tax the poor who are taking advantage.
Well, I'm just be like, I don't know. I'm not going to speak on the ins and outs of welfare because I don't feel like I know enough about it. But like,
oh, I know a lot of people who don't buck the system on welfare.
Can you only be on a certain amount of time? Show me you're actively looking for a job. Show me you're trying to get work. I just want them to be like, hey, we're helping you out for 6 months. You gotta get it together.
See, that's the problem. The social workers and the people who run these programs, they don't give them a deadline. They're just like, you go to your caseworkers. Again, I'm from South Florida. I know a lot of people who have bucked this system and they will try to teach you how to do it. And like, okay, so you're going to just go to them and you just tell them, yeah, I've been filling applications. I can't find a job. And the caseworker's just like, bitch, I know you lying, but whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and just approve you just because I'm overworked. I'm underpaid. I don't got time to even try to deal with your with your morality, whatever.
Because I'm thinking people need this, but they need it for 6 months to a year. So
yeah.
I mean, and that's not every case, but I'm just thinking if there was a deadline, would people feel more motivated because
No.
no, okay.
Because people will still try to buck it and be like, well, see, I got these kids that I got to take care of, and then they'll sell their food stamps and I can't work because if I have a job, I'm gonna make too much money and it's gonna kick me off.
Abortion.
No, you can't. Wait, what? Say it again.
Huh? I said this is why we can't legalize abortion. Wait,
What?
can't.
What?
That's the opposite of what I wanted to say. Cut that. Cut it. They're gonna come for me.
Yeah, no, I think you just said you just said it wrong. Like I was like,
This is why we can't make abortion illegal.
Yes, that's what you meant to say. That's how I was like, wait,
This
what?
is why we can't illegalize. That's what I was saying.
Okay, I was like, what?
Did I not tell you I was pro-life? Huge pro-lifer over here.
No, are you pro-life for real? No. Oh, I was gonna say, girl, they're gonna eat your ass up in the comments.
I know. No. I'm pro make your own choice because you
Yes.
know yourself and your own life. And if you choose to have 12 kids, then you have to choose to support them and take I don't think the government should be in charge of that.
The Duggars do it. The Duggars have taken care of their own 45 kids for the past 45
And they make
years.
their own clothes.
They make their own clothes, their own laundry detergent. Them people ain't asked the government for nothing. Okay? Tyrone and Shaniqua, why you can't do the same thing? And I'm just only using Tyrone and Shaniqua as like stereotypical black names because I'm black, so I won't do that to nobody else's race. But anyway, I can talk about my own people.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just, I'm also very blessed and have like a family who, worst comes to worst, I would move in with someone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Absolutely.
I would hate to be like, oh, you need to get your shit together when I don't know everybody's situation.
Yeah.
But I feel like the system's abused, and also the people who are employed by that system are overworked and underpaid.
They're burnt
so they don't give
out.
a shit. They're burnt out. It's a stressful job. They're not given the resources they need.
Very
It
true.
needs an overhaul. Bless you.
Thank
And
you.
that's my take on welfare because I'm super educated on it and well versed.
I just know that I am still mad and still scarred at the fact that I could never get food stamps.
But you want socialism so that you could get
But
food
I
stamps.
was actually working. I was working full-time hours and going to school full-time. You couldn't just shoot me $100 a month. That's all I needed. All I got was like bread and rice.
Because you didn't have any kids.
Exactly. They were like, well,
Dude, when I found out how much you get on your tax return for having a kid,
it's not like that anymore.
I know, but I was like 15.
Well,
thinking about it.
speaking of food stamps, I want to give a personal shout out to one of my former classmates from undergrad and grad school, my Kira. I love you, girl. Shouts out to you. Because
Did she sell you her food stamps?
She did not sell me her food stamps, but she would take us to Sam's Club and be like, listen, okay, I got this amount of money this month. We good over here. I got groceries. I got extra money. I'm going to take y'all. Y'all got $50 each. We were like, thank you, Jesus. Oh, because we were in PT school and we all struggling, waiting on our refund checks. And I'm like, Mama, Daddy, I need a stimulus. Like, please give
I
me
do
something.
remember that when you're waiting for it to come in, but it hasn't come in yet. And
Yes.
some people have it and some people don't.
And you just like, you see the disbursement. It's like, when it's going to hit my account, and all I got is peanut butter and
Yep.
jelly. So shouts out to my Kira. She would definitely help her friends. I don't know if I should say that or not, but she's no longer on welfare. So that's perfectly fine.
My mom told me the other day.
She wasn't on
was like-
welfare. She just had food stamps.
She
She's
just
in
had
school.
food stamps.
She was in school for her, and she has a master's degree. Her husband has a doctoral
She got a
degree.
job.
So
She got a
was
job.
working. They were both working while they were in grad school. Had a baby, so she did not buck the system.
What's the
Thank you.
statute of limitations on food stamps?
I don't know,
Fraud.
but it's been like she's been out of college. We've been out of college for
Yeah, I think you're good.
a while. Yeah.
My mom told me the other day, she was like, you think that you're still in college and you're still getting paid once every 4 months. She was like, your check comes every 2 weeks. Like, you will be okay. Because I'm like, I don't have money. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't want to pay for that. She's like, listen, there's going to be money in your account. It comes every 2 weeks. You don't need to work. Because do you remember like the end of the semester where you're like, shit,
I got a concern.
we gotta pull it all in. We gotta stop.
Seriously.
Because we're gonna have to make it through till for the break and then the next check, and then you have a couple weeks where the semester
Girl.
starts, but you haven't gotten paid yet.
Those times were hard because when that check dropped, you'd be like, ha ha, Chipotle on me, bitches. I can go to Tropical Smoothie. I can do this. I can do that. And like you said, 2 months in, you like, damn, I messed up. I
Like,
should have
shit,
did
all right,
that.
so I won't be paying the Wi-Fi this month.
Right.
But I'll get it. And like, I would always tell my roommates,
Can
like,
we carpool?
we can go 6 months not paying the electricity before they send us a notice.
6 months?
Yeah.
Girl, Florida, shut your thing off in 30 days.
No, when Austin, we didn't pay. We would just forget. So we didn't pay our shit for like 6 months. We moved out. No one ever said anything. And then when I moved back to Austin, I had like a $300 bill. They're like, yeah, we'd love to turn on your electricity, but you owe us $300.
No, them people cut your thing off right in there. You be just sitting in the dark.
That's Texas, baby.
Oh, Florida is ruthless. They do not care about your troubles. They don't listen. Wade in the water, your ass out of my line because you ain't got no money. Man, that was dope. I think that's why too, with certain things in my life, I am just like very like. Sometimes I'll be like, treat yourself. Because for so many years, I had to like refrain from buying stuff. Yeah. So now I have a problem where I fill up with stuff.
Yeah.
So that is a problem for me. And I am working through that currently. But
well, and it's hard when like you don't have a spouse and you don't have kids. Because I remember even in college, I'd be like, I want this, but I don't have enough money for this and that.
Yeah.
I'll eat peanut butter and jelly for 3 days. I don't give a shit. That's why I'm now. I'm like, I just won't go out and do anything for a week. It's fine.
Yeah.
Because you can just cut down like that.
Absolutely. I can have cereal anytime I want to.
Yeah. I'm like, I'll eat cereal for a week. I'll order one pizza on Sunday. I will eat pizza every day for a week.
Yep. I bought a bread maker. I remember I was like, no, I could just make my own pizza and be like financially responsible. That got old real quick. And I was like, listen, all this kneading dough, I ain't got time.
Kneading dough, hell
I mean,
no.
the machine does it, but then you still got to take it out and like press out
You
the
didn't
dough.
even do that.
No, I didn't. I just put all the ingredients in there and let that machine just start, knead the dough.
Yeah, no, it's a different world now.
Yeah, very much so. Like, I miss being a college student sometimes. I really do. But yeah. Anything else?
That's all I got.
Cool beans. Well, that's been a great episode thus far.
It's been real. It's been fun.
It's been real fun.
Has
Say
it?
that.
Has it?
No. Oh, I do want to say this. Because of the election and everything that's going on, please be safe out there. I know that there are a lot of people that are out there like, we're going to a civil war and all this other kind of foolishness.
If I get fucking shot because Joe Biden became president, I'm going to be pissed. I'm letting everyone know right now. That's my stance.
I just want you to know I'm licensed to open carry and
Then go find whoever shoots me. If I get shot or hit by another car or something crazy,
please don't get hit by another car.
Find who did it and kill them. I don't care who it is.
Okay, duly noted. Revenge for Alyssa.
I just like refuse to be put in danger because this another white man got elected to be president.
I just think it's stupid that people will even incite a war because your candidate lost.
That happens every 4 fucking years. Someone wins and someone loses.
4 years ago, when Trump won, the Trumpers were like, oh, get the fuck over it, you Clinton lovers. Get over it. Who cares? And now you can't be mature enough to be okay with the fact that your candidate lost. I don't care if you think that it was voter fraud. Who gives a rat's fat ass about it? You lost. Suck it the fuck up. You still got to go to work on Monday just like everybody else.
That's what it is for me,
Stay your dumb ass in your house.
All these super conservative Republicans, right? Hated Obama. They let it build up. Trump came. They were like, fuck this. We're all going to show out. Fuck Hillary Clinton. Trump won. So now what happened? Last 4 years, everyone's been like, fuck you.
Yep.
They let their hate build up. They're pissed off. They showed up at the polls. And guess what? He got voted out.
You got voted out.
And guess what? If y'all freaking hate Joe Biden, you're just going to let this fuel and you're going to come together. And then 4 years are going to make change.
Come back and vote.
Happens every 4 years. Wax and wane, people.
Pretty much. And the thing is, like, even I saw this one meme about, I don't know if we said this already, but I saw this one meme that was like, oh, if you're going to let the way that somebody votes affect your friendship, please don't let it do that. Okay, fuck you and the friendship. Okay, if you voted for this person who, again, here's what I want people to understand. When you are a person of color in this country, your experience is very different, right? Specifically, when you are an African American, people of color have a different experience than African Americans in this country. And what people have to understand is that we have been very diligent people. We've been very forgiving people. Where shit pops off, it happens. We do the same rigmarole of bullshit. Like somebody gets killed by the police unarmed. We protest in the streets. A lot of times stuff doesn't come from it, right? And then we perpetuate this vicious cycle. You cannot tell me as a Christian person that you voted for a person who is vile, hateful, is a bigot, who goes condescending, berating, bullying, and disrespectful. That's an inside joke, by the way. So you cannot tell me that you vote for this person and that who is against everything that I am, and then you can still be my friend. Because it's not about the taxes. It's not about the gas prices going up. It's not about any of this shit. This man has incited so much divisiveness and hatred in this country. Hate was already there, y'all. We are not oblivious to that. Hate was already in existence, but it was closeted.
He gave it a name and a power, a speed, a velocity.
He gave it, girl, you preached the word right there.
Thank you.
He literally gave it power. And because he's given it power, I cannot commune with someone who endorses an oppressor. Like you will, I'm sorry, I don't give a damn if we was best friends. Fuck you, your mama, and your whole lineage, okay? Because what you're failing to understand is that I have a different experience from you in this country. Even on my job, I'm discriminated against. Everybody at my job currently now, there is nobody in my upper leadership that looks like me. So you can identify with how the way I talk, that when I talk very loud, that I'm not being aggressive. There is no other person in my department that can understand what I walk through on a daily basis. With as much education as I have, which as many degrees and certifications as I have, I still have to be 20 times better than the mediocre motherfuckers that are in a leadership position. Like you will, until you understand what that feels like to be able to drive in your car, you ain't doing nothing but listening to your music, and you see a police officer and your whole asshole clench up. You ain't even did shit wrong. Mm-hmm. Until you learn how to walk in this country without your privilege, you can never tell me it's okay that we have different political views. No, it's not. Because some political views are rooted in racism, okay, which directly affects my black ass. Now, you can say all day, I don't agree with gay marriage, or I don't agree with abortion. That's perfectly fine. Because those are choices to a degree. Like, obviously, we don't even get into all that, but I'm just saying it's a choice. Let's put it on the choice table,
because
right?
You don't present, you can present gay, but like if you would like to hide the fact that you are homosexual, like, you can choose to do that. You cannot hide the fact that you're black.
Absolutely. You can't hide the fact that you're black. Like nobody ever asks you on a job application if you're gay or straight. You cannot look at somebody. I don't care if somebody is in a full-fledged drag queen outfit. You can't assume that they're gay because they can look like a man, look like a woman, whatever the case may be. You cannot look at them and say, I know you're gay. Oh, I know you've had an abortion. But you look at me, you know that I'm black. They don't give a damn if I'm from the Bahamas, Jamaica, Africa.
And
bitch, you black.
Years of stereotypes and biases and shit that come with that people don't even know they have, but it affects you negatively.
Yeah, and the thing is too,
unless you're a basketball player or a rapper.
But even look at Offset got pulled out of his damn what was it, a Mercedes or a Jeep or something he was in, and Cardi B was sitting there yelling with her loud ass, and they still tried to lock his ass up. Yeah. And it's just, it's sad that even in this country, a country that was literally founded upon with the nicest people. The indigenous people were the nicest people. They invited you to the fucking buffet and you motherfuckers killed them.
And you had to plan all that food.
But here's the issue that bothers me. People in this country are so fucking dismissive to their own history. I wasn't the one who did that to the Indians. It's not the point. You still have the bloodline of these fucking vultures. And the reality is that you still act in a way. No, you ain't give me no blankets with no smallpox, baby. But you still with these micro ass aggressions and this passive aggressive attitude and the fact that you'll sit there and see me being discriminated against, but you won't say no shit, that's still in your fucking lineage. That's the point that we're all trying to make. No one person voted for Biden because we feel like he is a white savior. No one voted for, I didn't vote. I don't even like Biden or Kamala. I've said that in previous podcasts before. I voted against hate discrimination of any kind. How can I sit here and say, well, I understand from the black vote, you discriminating against me, but I don't really care about the LGBTQ+. they're a group that's discriminated against too. Anybody that's discriminated against, I'm going to feel that. Why? Because I know what that feels like. Like, again, you can vote for who you want to vote for, but don't come in my face with this bullshit like, well, I'm not a racist. If it smells like a duck, walks like a duck, and quacks like that motherfucker, bitch, quack, quack. That's all I'm saying.
That's all?
And the people who didn't vote, I hope a roach bites you on your fucking forehead, you pieces of shit.
Ouch, ouch, ouch.
Like, God damn it. People saying, well, I didn't think my vote was going to matter anyway. Bitch, this motherfucker was leading by 900 votes. Do you know how close that is? A 0.1%, like a 0.1% margin where these people had to go and do recounts. This is why...
That shit's already not over. I can tell you right now.
Well, he's going to go after it, and it's fine because they've already done recounts in most of these states that have that rule.
I'm just tired of it. Look, I'm yawning about it.
That's so rude to just be like boring on a podcast.
I'm not boring. I'm fun. I've already denounced abortion and hatred and racism. That's not boring.
You
That's
denounced
controversial.
abortion? Why would you denounce abortion?
Why do I keep saying that? I don't know why that keeps happening. Please cut it. I can't deal with the comments and the hate.
Alyssa is pro-choice, people. Okay,
I am. Make your own choices.
Your own choices.
And I would like for you to choose to like and subscribe to this episode. Tell your friends about the podcast.
Absolutely. Get some rest, everybody in the country. Yeah. Just take a nice long
so tired.
nap.
That's why that keeps happening.
The election is over. We're done. We have a new president. You still got to take your ass to work tomorrow. Mm-hmm. That's just the end of it. So be safe out there, people. There's no civil war. If there is, just go to Academy and get some bullets. That's all I can say. Yeah. All right. So like, subscribe, share, download. Bap, bap, bap. Tap, tap, tap in. All right. Bye, y'all. Thanks for listening.
Dancing on your neck. Tap in. Thanks so much for tuning in to another episode of The Face Off with Fleming and Fowler. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at The Face Off Pod. Be sure to tune in to The Face Off every Tuesday when new episodes are released.